At Red Barn, our pet food ingredients work overtime. They aren't just there for show. Dandelion greens work to maintain a healthy digestive system. Salmon oil works to enhance the immune system. Green-lipped mussels work to support joint health. These hard-working ingredients support your dog's active, healthy life. Look at the label. We want you to. Red Barn Naturals Pet Food. Simply the best. Find it in your local pet specialty store. Visit redbarninc.com/coupon to save $1 off your first can.
Blog Talk Radio.
It's like 4:39 a.m. Fucking floating.
Have a feeling that I might be about to make a movie like Spike Lee with some rich niggas and they shiesty. Know you see the Cubans and the Rollies and the Nikes, like you don't see the shooters and parolees and the hype beats. I don't mean a sneakerhead, mean a grimy nigga that'll sneak your head with a steel pipe. Now you're leaking red. Look at you. Liquid everywhere, nigga. Be the boss, underboss, or consigliere, nigga. Yeah, they got it in the spare, nigga. Meaning they can't use the spare, nigga. Nope. From a hood, they don't spare, niggas. Told you that I'm African. Fuck around and spare, niggas. Feeling that it's dour, I'ma put it in the air, nigga. I'm in the atmosphere, but niggas don't care, nigga. Fuck. Yeah, it's killers everywhere, nigga. Judge knew the body count, we all get the cheer, nigga. Never mind, been ahead of time from the past. Got to set a time for a time set to get your cash. You really in the grind, get a mask. I ain't joking with you, niggas eating ass. I ain't smoking with you. Got a little weight, then the floodgates open for you. Nigga, fuck all that waste shit. I'd rather get it on some straight shit. Me and Mary Jane, feel the pain, get the A flit. Yeah, yeah. Me and Mary Jane, feel the pain, get the A flit.
Light that shit up, folks. Can't say I'm the greatest, but I can say I'm great. My fucking word.
These niggas know I'm the truth. I could get a liquor deal, but I'd rather sell juice. And rap's getting boring, cause nobody's warming and everybody is friendly. Yeah, this shit is getting loose. Cause nobody seems competitive. Can't name a rapper that I wouldn't say I'm better than. Besides Big, I'm King David. But niggas change their favorite every week. That's dick jumping, but I was brick pumping on the street. But I don't wanna brag about genocide. I don't write rhymes, my nigga, so put the pen aside. I'm just smoking and chilling, trying to build an enterprise. Cause the hood need help, but every rapper brags about financial wealth. But what about health? I guess they never ever seen a body on the ground or ashes on the shelf. Ever seen that? Can't act like I ain't wrong too. Quick to tell a nigga what the 44 long do. I guess it's the clique that I belong to. I ain't gonna lie, being wild was my strong suit. Then it turns to my weak suit. Now I say peace, and I watch who I speak to. Look at the signs, my nigga, know when to exit. Or you gon' do time, my nigga, they in the flexing. They only wanna shine, my nigga. That's why I'm cool in the cup with counting mine, my nigga. I'm on the beach every other week, trying to get closer to the sun. Play the balcony, either on the sofa with the blunt, or the doobie, it's the movie, play Sosa if you want. Cause I'ma play Oliver Stone and write the script so I can have him follow you home. You can swallow a chrome, that can holler your dome. But I'd rather push peace than have you follow this poem. Ghost.
What's going on, people out here in Black America Radio? This is your host, Rasta B. Today's topic, we're going to talk about, we're going to rebuild on the whole Afrika Bambaataa scandal. We're going to talk about, obviously, different topics that's going on in and out of Black America, around the whole black globe. We're going to touch things that's going on in Africa, the West Indies, in America, problems and solutions. We're going to, tap around the question about what's the alpha and beta male, centering around that whole Afrika Bambaataa stuff, and we're going to talk about the feminization of the black man. But before we talk about any of that, I must bring in my co-host, Smoke. Smoke, are you there?
Yeah. What's good with you? It's good. What up, everybody?
You know what I'm saying? Shit, man.
Yeah, I was feeling that style on the intro, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yeah, niggas being ass, I ain't smoking with you.
You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it all the way back to the original. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's funny that you said that? That goes into the whole effeminization of the black man.
Word.
You see what I'm saying? Because my whole thing is this. You do whatever you do in the privacy of your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking no homo shit. I'm talking hetero shit. Keep the shit that you do between you and your lady there. You know what I'm saying? But I always thought that shit is weird when you hear niggas want to, like these new 2016 nowadays type vibes when it comes to men, where they will brag about going down and, I'm eating the box and eating groceries and I'm like, I don't remember that when I was coming up, you kept that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? The only time you used to ever hear a dude, not a dude, saying that, even though I ain't gonna bring up, growing up, then you start to hear that the guy start talking all that, all that other shit. But I'm talking about prior to that, you hear the dude to deny that, like, hell no, I ain't go. Most of the time, you hear Shorty try to probably busting him out. You know what I'm saying? Where he might be out there.
Someone saying he lying and shit.
Yeah, you might hear that. You know what I'm saying? But you never heard these motherfuckers sitting around over there like, that shit's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Tell you the truth. In real talk, the first time I ever heard about that whole shit, the whole old, all that grocery, all that bullshit. Listening to Whitney Williams. No, I was just saying, listening to Whitney Williams and shit, and she was talking about that, about a story about a dude who I guess was like with a girl, but let a dude do that to him. You see what I'm saying? That's the first time I heard that. And I was like, oh, that's how them damn gay people get down. Then you start to hear that shit inside the music. You see what I'm saying? And then to segue, wait, let me just say one more part. To segue into the Afrika Bambaataa part, the niggas that write and do these musics now, you end up finding dabbled into that practice. So then, of course, they're going to sell it to the people, to us, and then they're going to put it into the music, and then we're going to think it's cool when it's really being driven by homosexuality. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't really making no serious point of that. I was just basically saying, you see... Well, let me say one more point. Yeah. Because it's no different also when you start hearing guys talking about something's fleet. And it's like, wait a minute, ain't that the gay lingo? And you hear guys say that. And I'm like... you like the dude at the drive-thru when I went to... Burger King on one of them joints, you know what I mean? I went to order something, and he was like, "Okay, when you ready?" You know what I'm saying? I started talking, he like, "Hold on." I just drove off. But no, I was just going to say, you see men being, like, softer, in a sense, you know what I mean? Because before, speaking or eating box or whatever, you know what I mean? It was more like, I'm a man, we don't talk about shit like that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, men, they softening up, but women, they getting harder, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's the balance right now. It's like you got these women that's harder, and the men is, it just goes back to the feminization, you know what I'm saying? Feminization of the black man, irritated genius.
All day. I remember when I first seen that, that was like... mid-2000s or something like that. I remember when I first seen that joint? And that shit tripped me out. I was like, damn. And I'm talking about, I was walking around, I was telling everybody, yo, check that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody who ain't listening, man, check that shit out. Irritated Genie, if you ever seen it, you know what I'm saying? Feminization.
I didn't even know it was Irritated Genie. So this is an old, before he got caught working for the government. You know what I'm saying? Because that goes back to the whole story. I'm conscious, should I stop working for the white man? Irritated Genie was still working for that white man, still working for the government, working his job, working a 9 to 5, and still giving a message to the people. And here's how silly the people is. He's an agent. He works for the government. Nigga, what? Like, come on, man. Do you think everybody that's working, 9 out of 10, niggas is working for a check? You know what I'm saying? Irritated Genie is work. Yeah, it's like, should I be faulted for being educated and able to apply and get a job because my record and credit is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, but these the same motherfuckers who don't really want to donate to you to live. So, I mean, you're going to pay for that man to live so he don't got to work for the government and just give. You know, I don't know what his situation is now. I know I've been seeing him a lot more, you know what I mean, with the Straight Black Pride movement. And, you know, he had the incident with, you know, they had the lesbian girl in the front, you know what I mean? She was trying to interrupt the joint. He pretty much shut that down.
That was beautiful. That
was like, you know, one of those
beautiful.
I always say incidents on camera.
I always say you're supposed to let a fool talk so you can get all of the foolishness out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You remain calm and do what you're supposed to do. That was cool.
You know what I'm saying? That was definitely cool. But yeah, but I'm trying to pull this story up. I'm on my laptop right now. I'm not on my desktop, so it's acting a little stupid. But man, they got a story I want to talk about. Man, this shit got me so tight, yo, when I heard this story, that it's like, I don't even want to say it. I have to read this story because it goes into the Afrika Bambaataa shit. It goes into the feminization of the black man, and it goes into the comments of KRS-One. That was very shocking to me. Maybe I'm naive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm naive, but I was shocked. I was like, did you hear that shit?
Yeah, see.
Hold on. Here's the story right here. Cause we gonna get it all in one time right now. I got the story right here.
No doubt.
So this shit right here is a green beret, right? Is it beret or beret? Beret, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, so check it. This is a white boy, right? A cracker, a devil, right? So let's read. The U.S. Army has reversed a decision to discharge a Green Beret for kicking and body slamming an Afghan police commander accused of sexually assaulting a boy. The Army said in a statement Thursday night that Sergeant First Class Charles Martland's status has changed, which allowed him to continue Army service. The statement did not provide further details. The decision was first reported by Fox News. Martland and former Captain Daniel Quinn were disciplined by the Army. Let me say that again. Martland and former Captain Daniel Quinn. Two of these crackers, two of these white devils, okay, were disciplined by the Army after they beat a powerful local police official who they concluded had been raping a small boy in northern Afghanistan in 2011. They said they had been encouraged by higher-ups that there was nothing to do about such horrific acts, that these were Afghan problems for the Afghan authorities to work out. And if any of y'all follow Sarnetta TV and listen to Professor Smalls, you will remember that Professor Smalls spoke about how homosexuality and that man-boy love shit, the same pedophile shit, in a previous show we spoke on, is prevalent in that Islamic culture, in that Arabic lifestyle. But the Afghan authorities wouldn't do anything about it, the two soldiers said. According to a statement by Martin last year that was obtained by CNN, he and Quinn were told by a young Afghan boy and his mother through an Afghan interpreter that the boy had been tied to a post at a home. The boy had been tied to a post at the home of Afghan local police commander Abdul Rahman, right? And raped repeatedly for up to 2 weeks. When his mother tried to stop the attacks, they said Rahman's brother beat her. After the child rapist laughed it off in reference that it's only a boy, Captain Quinn, this white devil, this cracker-ass cracker, picked him up and threw him, Martin wrote. Martin then proceeded, another white devil-ass cracker, he proceeded to body slam him multiple times, kick him in the rib cage, and put his foot on his neck. I continued to body slam him and throw him for 50 meters until he was outside the camp, Martin wrote. He was never knocked out, and he ran away from our camp. The incident lasted no more than 5 minutes. This is what these cracker-ass crackers did to a man that raped, a powerful man that raped a boy in Afghanistan, right? What is the response in the black community with all of these black gods and black goddesses? When we finding out Afrika Bambaataa was raping boys and you hearing these stories come out, and then now you got niggas like KRS-One saying, I don't give a fuck about that? Yo, when I read that, and that's the reason for anybody wondering why I keep saying white devils and cracker, because I'm trying to show the stupidity, right? In not only the holding on to that whole racial hatred thing and things of this nature, but it's when we keep on pointing and looking to a one group as a whole, as one thing, while we have a bunch of bullshit in our backyard going on that we're ignoring. You know what I'm saying? And not to be mistaken for the people that says, oh, we shouldn't worry about what happens to us from other groups because we got our own issues in our back. I'm not saying that. We can handle both is what I'm saying. And when I'm reading the story about two white men who seen wrong happening, and their officials and their higher-ups told them, there's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing to do about that, and that's the Afghan problem. Leave it to the Afghans. Y'all are white Americans. These are some dirty-ass sand niggas. Leave them alone. And these two white men whooped his ass for 5 minutes, had his punk ass running off. While y'all niggas running around talking about allegedly if Bambaataa did that, allegedly, let's give him the benefit of the doubt for what? What the fuck is there to give the benefit of the doubt? You got to do the Savage brother. He now says this is what happened to him, right, Smoke? And Bambaataa says he don't know him. But Lord Jamal, who is a frequent, who is a member of the Zulu Nation, said this dude, he knows him. He is there. Like this ain't he.
Yeah, a couple different people verified that.
Yeah,
they knew him from being with him,
Then you got the light
Bambaataa.
But then you got the other light skinned nigga though, who talking, saying his account of what happened. And then you got another nigga talking on Star Shit, a dark-skinned nigga who's an ex-member of the Zulu Nation, saying that he knows the light-skinned nigga who's accusing Bam of doing something. And he's saying, no, he's an official dude. He ain't no punk, he ain't no liar, he ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? So if the meeting that he said happened, because that meeting did happen, then I don't know. So these accounts are being verified. And what do we say as black men? The boy, I mean, he must have been a sister. He must have had some sugar in his tank if he went out there and did that. Really? But then this white devil, though, right? He ain't sit there and say, well, that's an Afghan problem. Nah. When he heard the child rapist laugh it off, meaning he approached the dude and confronted him about what he heard. And when the top local police commander laughed it off and referred that this was just a boy, the captain picked him up and threw him. KRS-One, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I ain't never really fuck with KRS-One like that anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, but like, to be honest, to me, it just seemed like, you know, it's deeper than just Bambaataa. You know, I mean, we know that. It's just how
it's the whole
scandal. So it's like you see everyone that's associated with it, you know, distancing themselves, or you don't really hear much going with it because it's just more than just him, you know, molesting 5 or 6 boys. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's crazy, you know what I mean? And I was listening to Star Show. I mean, because this is where the story stems from. Star, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, like Ronald Savage calling him, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not mistaken. But then, you know, he's reporting the story. So, he had a, you know, one of his latest videos, you know, is, you know, he's talking about the KRS-One. You know, his non-answer to, you know, the question that Nori gave him on his podcast about, you know, the Afrika Bambaataa situation, you know what I mean? And, you know, they had this woman come on there and she was talking about, you know, how, you know, she was basically alluding to KRS-One being, you know, Fruit Boy and, you know, a few other people she had named from, you know, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? She was just saying, like, oh, he don't got no kids, he don't got no wife, you know what I'm saying? She was saying, like, the name she was saying Star was familiar with. So, you know, for a reference point, go to Star channel, The Shot 97, and, you know, he has all the videos up there. You know, it's his story pretty much that he built it up. But it's like, you know, it's sad that, like, you know, people won't come forward. It's like, he pretty much got caught out there, Bambaataa, with, you know, Ronald Savage coming forward and talking about it or writing about it or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And so now you just want to, now it's like all damage control from there, you know, instead of like, you know, just really, really exposing, you know, exposing everyone who was doing the wrongdoing. Because at the end of the day, it's 5 or 6 victims out here that's, you know, on record, which means there's dozens of them, you know, that's out here. Mine is crazy, you know, just the issue that Ronald Savage was talking about, not being able to deal with women, you know, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? That weight to carry on your shoulders from something someone did to you as a youth, you know what I mean? So it's
let me tell you,
all them niggas, the kids out there.
All them dozen of kids, all them niggas getting going through that revolving door called the juvenile center.
Yeah.
Can experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really realize that a lot of violence, a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit that we look at as tough and thug and all kind of shit like that, a lot of that shit is hidden, pent up shit from shit that happened to these kids. If you remember in The Wire, the scene where Mac Wild told the dark-skinned dude that was with Snoop to kill the stepfather.
Yeah, what was her name? Chris?
Yeah, Chris character wanted to tell him to kill the stepfather, the dark-skinned dude. Yeah, you know that was because of the light-skinned dude was being molested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was being molested, and then the dude was starting to molest the young brother. Yeah, and that's why he told the dark-skinned dude. The dark-skinned dude was being molested when he was young. That's why he's a killer. That's why he was able to bond with Chris, and that's why when he killed the dude, he went overkill on his ass. Because the same shit happened to him. All of those are unspoken in that show.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm
saying? we all know what something like that can do to. Well, maybe we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
you know what I'm saying?
that shit can, it's gonna affect you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad that it seems like it's more about damage control than the victims. You know what I'm saying? And that's what sucks. That's pretty much what I want to say. You know what I mean? That's what's corny about it. And it's like, we always talking about Black Power, especially that group. You know what I'm saying? This is not no, cats playing basketball or something like that. They supposed to stand for empowerment. Afrika Bambaataa. Look at the nigga name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for him, for what he stood for, to the crimes that he was committing or the acts he was committing, however you want to label it, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for it not to be an uproar, more so about it, that's even more crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the strange part.
And for KRS-One, if nobody else don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
KRS-One, he was supposed to give a better answer to that, man. You the teacher. But not
even that he a teacher. That's his era. That's why I was shocked. Because I'm listening to you talk about your era. This is the people, because even in the podcast when he's talking, he goes, yeah, so, I can't remember the whole shit he was saying, but he was saying something like, yeah, so I'm, going down the street or whatever. How many people in the park? It was like, so he naming people, but he go, bam, like that. You know what I'm saying? That's in the long one, the long interview. You know what I'm saying? So, but I kept skipping and I must have missed it or something. So that's when I ended up getting that clip that just had when he just addressed the part. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I heard it and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. I said, how you just say some shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you standing on something. You know what I'm saying? It's like you standing for, you standing as a black man. You know what I'm saying? We all done heard KRS-One, his talk, his rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? We done heard it. You done heard the respect that's been given to KRS-One all the time. KRS-One is one of the greatest. This and this and that, whatever. That's always.
Well, he fucked up his legacy this time, boy.
Yeah, he always get that respect. You know what I'm saying? And so for a situation like this going on, for what you stand for, you know what I'm saying? You have to address that shit. You know what I'm saying? And on top of being your era, like you said, and on top of, people you ran with. It's like, come on, man. For you, and then you say you don't give a fuck, my nigga. Like that.
I'm like,
man, get your goofy ass out of here. I never really told KRS-One like that. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he always got that respect. He got it from me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. He got his classy. He's a classy dude. You know what I'm saying? I can't take the music from him. But come on, man. For him to say that, because like when I was because I read it first and heard people talk about it first. So it was more so like,
I heard it.
Let me listen to this joint before I get a full
critique.
You know how the thing is. It could get misconstrued. You know how it goes.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah.
The way people was talking about it was the way he said it. It was like, come on, man. A lot of people was disappointed with that, man. That's disappointing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
let me cut you off, but see, the reason why I was disappointed, just like I said earlier, is solely because that's your era. So when he's talking, I'm thinking he about to talk about, all right, so this is how it was growing up, young, the era, the culture, these are the people I saw, yada, 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 you know what I'm saying? So for now to hear this coming out, it's like, yo, it's a shocker, damn, well, we always knew, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, his whole shit was, and I'm like, fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's your business, how many times in the Bronx and I'm like, that's what you comparing it to? He's saying some shit like, talking about, in the Bronx, you standing next to guys who killed people and shit. You standing next to people who did that, but it's like, yo, that's your business and all kind of shit. And I'm like,
that added an extra layer to it, because now it's like you stepping back from the shit. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with what these niggas doing. You know what I'm saying? But you know it. You basically saying, I know this nigga's a killer. I know what he doing. I'm here. But what they doing don't got nothing to do with me. But you still around savagery. You ain't stopping it. You might have sent motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
To get that. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't stopping it. So it's like, come on, man.
Like I feel more comfortable to do it because I know you're not going to stop it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go to my man KRS house and bust his little boy down. I know he ain't going to stop it.
Yeah, you know, KRS-One, Afrika Bambaataa, especially when you're talking hip-hop, they like figureheads. You know what I'm saying? In hip-hop. And so for that to be going on, you know, with Bam and KRS-One talking like he talking, this ain't the kings lose crowns, teachers stay intelligent, KRS-One.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, man? It just
Sometimes
made him look
I
totally
wonder.
goofy to me.
Sometimes I ponder. I'm just saying it. The comments just make me wonder, like, damn, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like, shit, it makes you think about him, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because, like you say, it goes back to your story where those two dudes is kicking ass.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't even another white person. And he's somebody else. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you know that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Is do you have a black man addressing a situation about another black man who committed crimes against black kids? And
you know
his response was, he really don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Goofy. He goofy for that, man. Straight goofy.
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah.
Nah, man, that's shit. That's
like I
shit.
said, I don't got a KRS-One disc in my collection, an old disc to throw. But if I did, this would be one that get thrown out the window. So
that's the KRS-One.
Yeah,
that's what we do the KRS-One now. Because that's funky. You know what I'm saying? That's some funky shit. So you gotta flush it. That's some funky shit, yo. When I'm talking about, I seen this shit because I didn't know he even addressed it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm listening to the what I was listening to. I was listening to something, and then I end up seeing. Oh, I think I was just on my whole Afrika Bambaataa binge. Because remember, I was off, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days and shit. So, you know what? Before I forget, let me say this. I was talking about the prescriptions that they're going to be using to check your credit history and things of that nature. So I definitely wanted to bring that up again. The name of that shit is called Prescription Report History. That's how it's going to be set up. You see what I'm saying? Wow. It's going to be called Prescription Support History. And then that shit's going to come in, and that's how we're going to know whether or not what type of drugs and stuff like that you've been using. And that's how you're going to be based on getting hired from now on. You know what I'm saying? So really take heed to this whole Obamacare money scam scheme that's going on stuff, because y'all getting forced to go to the doctors, and the doctors is going to be trying to convince y'all, just like drug dealers do, to get procedures that you really don't need just to get the money out, you know what I'm saying, just for the money from the health and stuff. And then they're going to be telling y'all, I'm prescribing y'all with drugs that you don't need, which is going to get you addicted, you know? Guest calling number 646-716-4654. This is In Black America. Your host, Rasta B. We got Smoke Here, the co-host, we're talking about Afrika Bambaataa. We're talking about various topics. We're talking about everything out here in Black America and around the Black globe. So yeah, that's just fuckery.
So just to switch it up a little bit. I was watching but you're not really into sports like that. But they had the NFL draft last night, and I was just watching that. I see our Giants got well, at least in the first round we got a cornerback. So I thought we was gonna try to get a running back or something like that, but that ain't work out. But the story of the draft was they had a player, Laramie Tunsil. He's a player from Ole Miss. He's an offensive tackle for Ole Miss. He was declared like in the all of the mock draft boards and so forth. He was supposed to be like a top 2 or 3 pick or whatever.
Wow.
During the draft, or I think it was at 7:47 p.m., which the draft started at 8 p.m. Someone hacked his Twitter account, either Twitter or Facebook. I want to say it was Twitter, and they posted a video of him when he was in high school hitting a gas mask. So man, they got his video of him smoking. They put that shit on his Twitter, right as the draft was starting. So I think he ended up going to he went to Miami. But he dropped from number 1, 2, 3 to number 13. So he went down to 13. So he lost.
And I know what that means now. Right. Yeah, because before normally I wouldn't have known what that meant. Well, okay, you dropped, but I heard on one of the Speedy Radio show they had a football player on there talking about, because I know they don't get guaranteed money. And they talk about how if the further down you drop on there, it's like, shit, you really ain't even.
You get a little guarantee, but it goes down and down.
Yeah.
Like a ranking, pretty much.
The hard way, you got to run your way up. Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 get the highest money, and down the list. You know what I'm saying? And so the Tunsil, Laramie Tunsil, during his time at Ole Miss, he had admitted to taking money from the school. I think he got suspended, a bunch of games for taking money from someone at the school, if I'm not mistaken. And the crazy thing though was his stepfather is suing him, and so his stepfather has a lawsuit against him. And everyone is they're saying well, it's, the stepfather is, he's probably the one who hacked his joint and put it on there. And would know. And would know, yeah. Ain't no random person gonna be let's hack his thing. He should have a picture of him smoking a bong with. He's suing him because in a suit. He's saying that, Larry...
Let me guess. He's suing him because Larry's mother and him broke up, and Larry promised that if he make it, even if they break up, he'll still look out for him.
Well, he said that could be the back story. So he's saying that the lawsuit is saying that, he defamed.
I was there from day one, nigga.
He defamed his character.
Put me out of this.
He attacked him and defamed his character. And that's pretty much what the lawsuit is saying. He caused emotional distress. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
They pretty much had a fight because they're saying that there was domestic violence charges against both of them. Against each other. It was, and so the mother.
That sounds bad on paper.
Yeah.
That sounds bad on paper.
But the mother is in it because basically what happened is what they're saying happened is that the stepfather attacked the mother. Tunsil.
The
dude, pretty much they went at it with each other. Both got the domestic violence charges.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened. once she seen that her son was about to get drafted, she said, "Nigga, it's over." And he said,
hands off.
You ain't about to kick me out of this lottery ticket. That's what that was.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? He done, you know, if he did that, you know what I mean, he pretty much, whoever did it cost the dude, you know, millions of dollars for that, you know, so they had it out for him. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, I mean, it's like, it's sad, but it's like, you know, when you coming into, like, fame or money or just better status, you know, you have to deal with the people that's around you, you know what I'm saying? Or have that team that's going to be there for you to, you know, to keep the loose ends, you know what I mean? To clip those loose ends, make sure, you know, you're not having issues like that. So, I mean, I would imagine he's not thinking someone will do that to him, you know what I'm saying? But that's crazy that, you know, something like that could just cost that brother, you know what I'm saying, you know, a drop in the draft and, you know, money and so forth. You know how football goes, you know what I mean?
Especially over
play the
some
day,
sucker
play
shit.
the next game, you out for a
year. Especially over some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Some straight sucker shit. Like, you know, you and my mom is having some bullshit going on, and then y'all fucking, I'm all caught up in the middle of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then my fucking information get out. I lose money out of this shit. Like, damn.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the men that's in your lives, you know what I'm saying? All the women, you know what I mean? Like, shit. Crazy.
Shit, and know when to get out, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, let's say, for just for conversational sake, that was the situation. The situation is stuck with him, and then when she realized that her son, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what, let me try to get rid of this dude now before the sign, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it flipped. It's like, yo, maybe you stayed there too long. Because a lot of times, man and or women, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it's not working, you need to start to plan your exit strategy and get ready to leave, you know what I'm saying? Because staying there just to stay there, or staying there just to stick with it, or because children, or because this, or because that, or whatever other excuse you have, that ain't nothing but time being wasted. You know what I'm saying? That you can't even use, get back, or be productive with. So it's like, if you stay in there too long because you're trying to use this person up until you get to the point where you don't need them anymore, once they catch on to that, then it's going to be a wrap. Your best bet, once you say, yo, you know what, me and this person aren't going to work out, the best bet for you to do is then that day, start planning your exit strategy. However that may be. Looking for a job, save some money, something, so you can exit. Give yourself some time, exit. If you keep staying there and lingering and wait, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, not doing nothing. Either you're going to do it or you're going to end up staying because it's too late to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She rushed. You know what I'm saying? Now you're getting fights and arguments, and get all that shit out the way. Move on and live life.
That shit was crazy because we watching the draft. You know, I'm at grade Fred, and you know we watching the game. You know, the draft or whatever. And you know, I thought the program switched. Like, what is it? You know, because we talking. You know what I'm saying, going back and forth, whatever. And you know, I just see the dude. He got a gas mask on. You know what I mean? Like with the bong attached to the gas mask. So I'm looking like, yo, did the channel just change or something? It's like, oh, they showing the time on it. It's going back. Like, that's the story of the draft at that time. You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone buzzing and chattering. And it's like, where is he going to go? You know, they just talking about him dropping in the draft. It's like, damn, man. That was embarrassing. You know, I could imagine. I was embarrassed for him. You know what I'm saying? And we said, like, oh, man, something you did in high school. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got the young face on there. But, you know, it's crazy, man. So, if his step-pops did that, yo, you need somebody to just smack him.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
some fucking
man.
ass shit, man. That's
you know
some fucking
what I'm
ass
saying?
shit.
you cutting out of the money, you going to sue him. Like, what are you doing? But then again, it's like, you never know. He'd be the obvious choice that someone's going to choose to say he did it because of that situation. But, like, you never know. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful about what you're recording on your phones. You know what I mean? Or y'all with your gun videos and drug videos, girls doing y'all nasty thing y'all do, and you know, whatever. Watch what y'all do. Watch how y'all let people record you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta watch out for that, man. You could be on, at work
candy camera.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Candy camera and shit.
Watch yourself. Be easy.
Yeah, I was on damn all hip hop and shit, right? So I'm on all hip hop, talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got this dude on there. They're talking about Mormons, right? So somebody asked me, what do I know about Mormons? So I was like, because I made a joke about Mormon, and I was saying, I'm surprised. I wonder if the Moors are going to claim Mormon, right? That's what I had said. I said they like to claim everything that's had Moor and shit inside of it. So somebody asked me what's the origin of the name Mormon. So I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I said I don't know. I only know the surface shit, right? So I say little stereotypical shit about Mormons that I heard of before. So this dude come on, so he like, Mormons love all people. In fact, the prophet Joseph Smith in the 1830s had a close friend that was black named Elijah Abels that was ordained to the priesthood. We are all brothers and sisters of one loving God. The statement above the church are not true. That's because I said that they say that black people are cursed in their book. I said, and some of the first black Mormons was converted through slavery. One was given to another as a gift. So he's saying that the stuff that I said is not true. That lets you know that on these black hip-hop sites, it'd be a whole bunch of white people, boy. But for you to let them to expose who they are, black people, y'all going to have to go out there and really know y'all shit. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate I have to say that, you know what I'm saying, Smoke? But you have to know who you are and know your shit is black people. So you can say shit about white people that would offend them and would make them reveal who they are. And you can point it out. So this dude's name here is Paul, right? So he says that, right? So another propaganda. Paul. Is it Paul? So he does that and he does some more of the, bigging up of his Mormon shit. So then I put, now remember, he said, Prophet Joseph Smith in the 1830s had a close friend that was black named Elijah Abels that was ordained to the priesthood, right? All right. Black Mormons were persecuted along with white saints, Mueller wrote in an email from Boston, but their fellow brethren also excluded them from fully participation in the religious culture to which intrepid pioneers like Elijah Abel and James dedicated their lives. So this dude mentioned Elijah Abels, which is why I Googled Elijah Abels, because you know how I do, Smoke. Don't give me a name. Yeah, don't give me a name. I start digging, boy. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to just tell me a name. I'm just going to be like, okay. Oh, he did? Oh, my bad. No, I'm like, I don't know who the hell Elijah Abels is. Let me go see who the fuck Elijah Abels is, because I read the story about how they gave one black slave who the white boy was a Mormon, and he gave it to his friend as a. So that's why I'm like, come on, I don't know much, but what I do know, I remember. So then he goes, thus accounts of the earliest black Mormons are among the most wretched. Slate, for example, joined the faith in 1844 along with his white owners. James and Agnes Flake, to whom he has been given as a wedding present. Stevens said, James Flake died in a farming accident in 1850, leaving Agnes a widow. He notes, according to Agnes' son, she left behind Flake. James Flake is the white man, and he died in a farming accident in 1850, leaving Agnes, his wife, a widow. Agnes' son, according to Agnes' son, who's telling the story, Agnes left behind Flake, the black enslaved African who's now converted Mormon. She left behind Flake as an offering to the Mormon church and moved to California, but only after a futile effort to sell him to other Mormons in the territory. In 1854, Young gave Flake his freedom. Flake remained a devout Mormon for the rest of his life. He is listed as a servant on the monument at this in the Place Heritage Park in Salt Lake City's eastern foothill. So I just feel like, man, don't talk to me about none of this shit and give me names, because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yo, they love trying to smooth these stories and these tales. Hey, he had a black friend. Well, let me see how much of a friend he was, because shit, I thought Robin Big Black was friends. Until I listened to the story, and Big Black said, yo, he tried to treat me like a motherfucking, like a nigga, just like some fucking porch monkey ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man, they always smile and skin and grin. You know what I'm saying? I need you for something. But then when you really want equality, that lets you know if you're free. That lets you know if you're really my friend. When you always have that white person come into your home, that's my friend. That's my friend. See how much she is a friend. Let's go by her house.
Yeah.
Let's see how much of a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how much of a friend she is. See if she'll walk with you at a Black Lives Rally movement. You know what I'm saying? See what type of friend she is. She's gonna donate to a black cause. Drop some bread on that shit. You know what I'm saying? See if she's gonna do that. But no, we'll sit here and look at little symbolic stuff that nobody care about and think that it's big. Go ahead, son.
Yeah, if you're gonna have white friends, man, you need to do that. Come up with something.
You know what I'm saying? Come up donate to some black charities. Shit, run up your pockets. But fuck that shit. Go to your people of color. Fuck the white people. They dying off. You know what I'm saying? Go to the people of color. Go to your Chinese, your Latino friends, since we all same people. Tell them break some of that damn money off over here too. Oh, you ain't gonna do that. Cause they out, right? Man, y'all better wake up. Y'all new master's on the way. Y'all new master is on the way. Y'all keep worrying about the white man is dying off. We all know that. The white man dying off. They had they tell you something funny with the Moors, right, Smoke? They say white is a status for freedom, right? In the United States or some shit. Like that's for free man, and black is what, slave and property or some shit, and we don't got no voice in the United Nations. Am I correct? Ain't that what's always said? You know what I'm saying?
They always say that shit.
They always say that, right? Let me see. Is any more out there? Do y'all agree? Am I saying the right thing? Can I hear son of a pork? Can I hear? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We got them more in the house. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. In Black America, we're building on Afrika Bambaataa scandal, and we're talking about various topics that's going on out here in the black community, black world. So, so back to the Moors. They say that, right? So, you know I live out here in Georgia, right? So, they had a rally out here, right? A white pride rally, right?
What was this?
This shit was like last week or some shit like that. Last weekend or some shit like that. Yeah, shit was recent, yeah.
I mean, white power.
Like last weekend. Yeah, like white power shit. So they got signs and shit that says diversity equals genocide, white genocide. That's a sign. Diversity equals white genocide. So let me ask you a question. Wow. Are these white people talking about color, or are they talking about freedom? You know what I'm saying?
Freedom, brother. Freedom. That's crazy, man. They ain't mentioned nothing about that.
Are they talking about color, or are they talking about freedom? Because guess who went to the United Nations to talk about the police killing black people? Mike Brown family. You see what I'm saying? Mike Brown family. And they went there as black people. And if they didn't go there as black people, somebody say, no, they didn't. I bet you they went there as African American. But I bet you they didn't go there as a Moor. You see what I'm saying? Let's stop playing these little weird games. I ran across a dude who he didn't say Moor, but he was talking the Moorish shit and the sovereignty and you're not black and all this other shit. I'm like, yo, what is your nationality? You know what I'm saying? So he want to say, oh, some made up shit. He said, I said, so why would you exclude yourself from the majority black population of the whole world? Meaning, if I go to Russia and I see a black person, or if I go to Russia, excuse me, not if. If I go to, if I go to Russia and I see a black person, because there are black people there in Russia, and I'm like, hey, where the rest of the black people at? You think they're going to say, huh? What? What is that? Black? What do you mean? No, they're going to say, oh, yeah. Come here. This is where we hang out at.
Yeah, like the story of the black Russians we had mentioned in, one of the earlier shows. It's like, earlier this year. We mentioned
I think black Russians and black Germans. And black Germans. Right. Because they was also executed with the damn Jew. Where's our reparations for the black damn Germans then? Sure.
Yeah. The story we were speaking on was about how it was like a interview, and this one woman, and she was just speaking about pretty much facing the same inequality that us as black Americans face. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we the same. The only thing that's separating us is the land masses. You know what I'm saying? Like we being oppressed everywhere. Everywhere black skin everywhere that black skin is at, it's oppression on the black people. You know
and
what
why
I'm saying?
Is it oppression? Why is it oppression? Because diversity equals white genocide. Black skin, the black people, as long as they're alive and they can breed and they can fuck and they can keep doing what they do, we will get wiped out. So wherever we at, that's all they see is white genocide when they look at us. And they know that. Straight up, they know that. So instead of us sitting over here, that's why they keeping us in this murder culture. Where we murdering ourselves and we killing ourselves and we aborting the babies and we doing all this stuff that's trying to stop. They're trying to stop our birth rate because theirs is naturally done. And they're killing themselves too. If y'all want to see white crime, go to Bing. Bing ain't got nothing. They'll show you crime all over. You're going to see so much white crime that you're going to laugh when people talk about black crime and black on black crime. When you see as much white crime, go to Bing. Don't go to Yahoo. Go to Bing. You can go to North, East, South, Midwest. You can check all the crime. As soon as you click on Bing, you're going to see a white person on there. These white people out here, Colorado woman who cut out fetus sentenced to 100 years. Come on, man. These is white people.
Yeah.
These is
I mean, they know
savages.
for fucking. It's like we know that shit. You know what I'm saying? We know that shit. It's just like we following.
We keep.
Their footsteps, and it's like
We
our
follow
people
their
doing
footsteps and think we the
savagery
worst
that
people in
they
the world.
doing. Yeah.
Craziness.
We know what they do. We've seen that shit for years.
Yeah.
Decades, generations, centuries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they've been doing it. This ain't it ain't.
They've been doing it. They just don't put that shit on
every
TV.
day.
They don't put it on TV. It's that's all you see. Godfrey man charged with child pornography.
They limit the crazy shit you do. You know what I'm saying? That they do. You know what I mean? They'll wordplay it, downplay it. It'll be just one story about it or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Ex-priests get 20 to 40 years in prison for sexual assault.
But they'll downplay our accomplishments as black people. Just a quick note. I had the game is on. Basketball, Miami Heat versus Charlotte. Charlotte they're on the verge of winning the series if they win this game. So they talking about Michael Jordan. It was like right before we came on. They got him in the front row or whatever. So they got they show his title or whatever. They're like Michael Jordan chairman. The announcers they refer to him as the chairman. I'm like, ain't Michael Jordan the owner? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you downgrade what he is? He's the owner.
Hey, that's
He's sitting on the It's like I'm looking like, yo, that's crazy, man. It's like a small something like that.
I saw that I was looking at because my whole thing with the whole Solomon being a white man theory that I have, or thought that I have, slowly. I just want to chop it around real quick so I'll put it together. But with that, it's like I was on YouTube and I was just like, looking how the Jews illustrate the whole Solomon story. They talk about Solomon the king and all this other bullshit. So then with the Queen of Sheba, right, and everybody referred to her as the Queen of Sheba, right? They're gonna say that she was either a delegate or something like a liaison, like the person that interprets for royalty or something like that. I can't think of the name because they can't get around that she's black. So they're gonna say, well, the Queen of Sheba is, but the question is, the Queen of Sheba is in Ethiopia, but the question is, right? They said either she's in Ethiopia, or maybe they said, but the question is she black? And then they said, then the lady gonna say, yeah, but there's also a place when they say Sheba, we also think there's a place in in Yemen, by the name of Shabbat, some stupid shit like that, right? So then they're going to say, so we don't really know, right? So I'm laughing because I'm like, boy, white people love to fucking lie, when they tell history, right? Especially about Africa. So then they go, but was she black? So they're going to say, or was she a white woman ruling a black country? Wait, now you heard what I just said, right, Smoke? Was she a white woman ruling a black country? Ain't that the same story from the Fonzo the First of the Congo, from the Leopold book, where they said it's a white Christian who was ruling over the Congo and had his own thing in the Congo and shit, and they was going to go over there to meet their brother and all kind of shit. This is how they think, They just like to make up stories, and they just go into La La Land, and it just says, and this is how it was, and the white man was always here, and the black people always believed that we was gods and rulers, and they operate off of their fantasy. And our fault is we keep trying to bring them back to reality, when we should just let them float up and go off into where they're going. And then we just stay dealing with the earth as need be. So they say that. So then they're gonna say, well, even if she black, she could have still been Arabian. Like they'll accept a dark-skinned Arabian over the African. Like I was like, you
already know. You already know. That's crazy.
That shit was hilarious, yo. I was dying, yo, when I seen that shit. Well, they got the Indians, 2 Indian brothers charged in the death of their parents in their home. You know what I'm saying? Like, friend of accused Charleston shooter plead guilty.
They know for
now, you know what? Wait. You know what I want to say? I want to say this real quick, not to cut you off. The Charleston shooter shit, right? The white boy goes to jail, and he's charged for they said a friend of the accused Charleston shooter pleads guilty. A friend of the man accused of killing 9 black church members in a mass shooting in South Carolina plead guilty in federal court Friday to lying to the FBI and concealing his knowledge of the crimes, authorities say. Joey Clark Hill Meek, 21, of Lexington, South Carolina, faces up to 8 years in prison for the 2 charges which stem from the massacre at the Emmanuel AME Church in June. Dylan Roof, who is accused of shooting 9 people in the case, has stayed with Meek and his relatives, and Meek told the Washington Post in a previous interview that Roof had spoken of going to the church and doing something crazy. Meek claimed he did not take his friend seriously, though, when he learned what had happened at the church. He thought immediately of Roof. He did it. Meek was indicted in September on counts of making false statements to the FBI and misprison of a felony, meaning he concealed his knowledge of the incident from investigators. Because what I'm basically trying to say, I'm trying to figure out how the hell this white boy get charged for this, right? But didn't he also have a black friend? Am I tripping? Didn't he have a black friend?
They was telling that in the beginning.
That he had a black friend in the beginning and said that he knew because he heard he was talking about it. And what happened was they said that he was going to shoot up Charleston State or some shit like that as a college. And I remember Charlemagne saying, there's no Charleston State up there. And then, look, you never see that black guy again. That some of this shit is fake, yo, straight up. Because that's the same shit with George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman had a black friend, quote-unquote friend, that was on TV. And I was like, and I'm listening, I'm like, he don't know George Zimmerman. I said, he only saying the same shit we already know. I said that shit like a week prior to the news reporters started saying, hey, wait a minute. Do you even know George Zimmerman? And then after that, you ain't even see him no more. Same thing with this black dude. I wonder what's up with that shit.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder what's up.
Wrench in there, because it's all about the mind control, so to speak, of it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you see that and you embed that in your mind that he wasn't a racist or this, and you know, whatever the case may be, then you start thinking that, well, if he wasn't a racist, something was wrong with his mind. And if something was wrong with his mind, he's crazy, then that affects the sentencing. So pretty much we can go and just throw him, give him something, put him to the side. You know, people forget about it. So it changes the psychology of it, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they just do things like that to just throw things in a mix. And, you know, the topic was, you know, Afrika Bambaataa. You know, I feel like that's how KRS-One came on, just throwing some bullshit out there and just throw you off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Afrika Bambaataa with his statement, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, putting shit in the mix that don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, give a fuck to that black friend, you know what I'm saying? Shit like, come on.
Handyman charges death of Grosse Pointe farmer interior designer. I'm just naming off white crime. Racist Trump fan arrested with stockpile of pipe bombs after threatening Obama. Yeah.
Let me ask you about this story then. So, we've been talking about like the crimes against young black men with the with Afrika Bambaataa. So I was looking at this story, and they have there's a 17-year-old boy who was sexting with a 16-year-old white girl, and he's from Bossier City, Louisiana. So he's way down south. LeVar Allen. He's a 17-year-old. He's a three-sport student athlete at Parkway High School, and that's in the aforementioned city that I just said. So pretty much, he's 17, the girl's 16. That he had consensual sexting. So they had the white girl sent him a naked video. She sent it to,
okay.
Yeah, sent her a new video, on the phone or whatever. And he got it, sent one back. The parents, the white parents saw it, reported it to the police. So now the police, so the police pretty much, there's a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old, they're in the same school, you know what I'm saying? And dude got charged. He got charged. Police coming. He's going to be charged. He got charged with child pornography, my G. Child pornography.
God damn. Into his life.
So, you had the sexual crimes being committed against our boys. You got a heterosexual young man here. He got a crime being committed on him by a white girl. A white family just turned him into the police. But the funny thing is, like, he's in the deep south of Louisiana, and people are, the obvious. People are complaining about him being in the same age range. It's like child pornography is like whatever. And, they were giving the stats on it, pretty much saying that this is, there's a common thing amongst kids in that age range. It's not something crazy he was doing. So they were saying that Lieutenant Bill Davis, he's the lieutenant of the police department in that area. And so they're pretty much saying that, they're asking him whether race played a role or not. And he's saying, I have nothing to say about it. It doesn't matter what your race, what your religion, what your ethnicity. Don't do child pornography, plain and simple. And so it's like they're just slamming the gavel on this dude for, pretty much being with a white girl. What's being said here. So,
And I'm going to tell you what's crazy. This is what they're not thinking about. They're not thinking about this. He's 17, and he's looking at it like how he's looking at it. I can't even imagine this. So I can't even say it. But what I'm saying is he's 17, right? Damn. That shit not going to affect him until he get into his 20s. That shit is really going to affect him when he hit his 30s. And as he get older and older. You see what I'm saying? Because
definitely.
When you see what I'm saying? When you get older, the older you get and you hear that, it look different than when you're young and you understand, like, that's crazy, man. Oh, that's crazy.
Because the numbers ain't there on the charge. They don't give you a description with your charge. You just have that charge on your jacket. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's crazy.
People too. If you urinate outside in public, that you will get charged with sex crime shit too. You know that, Smoke?
Yeah, you had mentioned that in a couple other shows or whatever.
You will get charged with you have to register as a sex offender.
Yeah, I didn't know that till you mentioned it. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, you got the sex offender.
But, the point of that other story was just like, you was mentioning, we basically got to protect our kids, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. We got our boys out here, they have a lot of different angles to have, trouble come against them, you know what I mean, with the law, with white women, dealing with these, organizations. You have predators all around, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just sexual predators, Wait,
let me read this title real quick. Dad busts peeper at SeaTac airport bathroom. A traveler accused of snapping a picture of an 8-year-old boy using a SeaTac airport bathroom has been charged with voyeurism. King County prosecutors claim Joshua Glittling was apprehended by the boy's father. So, yes, protect your boys. Me, personally, I'm not the one, my son 8 years old, I'm not the one to have my son just go inside no bathroom. No, my son's not 8, my son is 3. But I'm saying at 8 years old, like this kid, I'm not going to have my son just go inside no bathroom by himself. I'm still going to walk in there with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm be like,
anytime he got to go to the bathroom, because my son, he's still the type, you know how you go to the urinal, he's still,
right.
He don't have the concept of just pulling the Johnson out. He pull his pants down, you know what I'm saying? You see his little slightly exposed. So it's like, I got to go in there, block him off and all of that. He's like, I wouldn't have, my son is 7. So, but I wouldn't imagine just letting him, I can't, I'm going to go get coffee from out here while he go in the bathroom. Like, come on now. Hell no. Like, people, it's weird to me. But, you see that happen all the time where it's just like, damn, like, come on, man.
Cop hacked baby monitor to spy on nude mom. The cop, they said a young mother is suing a local policeman claiming he used her fiance's confiscated cell phone to spy on her via the nanny cam as she nursed her baby. The young mother was nude and breastfeeding in her nursery when the cop was doing this shit. And like I said, they got white crime all over here, This shit is crazy. Felon captured after escaping Van Zadok, Texas jail with help of mother and girlfriend. White dude broke out of jail by his family. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
We got about 40 minutes left or so, or whatever. So I noticed in one of the, in the title, in one of the tags, I mentioned you got a tag in there of alpha male.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to chop it up on that a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and see what you was kind of, what direction you was going with that.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing on the chopping block. But I was like, fuck it, I'll just jump on. So the whole alpha male shit, it's like I heard Lord Jamar say that shit, and he was like, he felt as if the Zulu Nation was a place where the alpha males could, you know what I'm saying, where they have a voice, you know what I'm saying, and they can be them. So it's interesting when you look at the scenario with this alpha male, and alpha male is centered around dominance, then it's like, then you got the situation with the Ronald Savage dude. It's like, is this a scenario where this is a group of alpha males, and within this alpha male group, these niggas wanted to be the dominant force in screwing these dudes, and the ones who reject it don't get touched, but the ones who get caught up in this shit, then y'all just fooled? You know what I'm saying? Like, So it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you listen to the stories and shit. He was attacking really everybody in the crew. If you was crew, then you was getting your leg rubbed on and shit. And if you was somebody that's like, yo, chill, man, yo, don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I'm just fucking with you. But if you sitting over there now, he rubbing on you, and you like, man, what the hell's going on? Then you about to get ate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so was that going on?
When I saw that earlier, you know what I mean, I was just looking up, like, traits of alpha males and traits of beta males and so forth. And, like, you know, the alpha male, it pretty much, you know, it gives, like, dominant is definitely one of the characteristics that, you know, I saw in there just, you know, going through different websites and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But it was pretty much given, like, you know, the alpha male, he's like a leader, he's a natural leader. He's driven, you know, has high morals. You know, it's pretty much giving him characteristics like that, you know what I mean, the traits. So it's pretty much making it like, you know, a stand-up guy, a man's man, you know, pretty much. But then, you know, that's
what I was getting when I was reading it, too. That's why I wanted to change it at first, because I'm like, well, I don't see nothing there.
What? The problem was, like, when you start seeing things, is when you start looking at the beta male characteristics. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, when you start looking at the beta male characteristics, it's almost like the alpha male is like, oh, I know this beta male is weak. Instead of, like, helping the guys who you might see as weak as black men, be like, yo, let me help them up, let me build them up, make them stronger. It's like, I'm going to take advantage of him. He weak? Let me get him. All right, so, like, the traits of the beta males was like lack of assertiveness. Beta males, and I was reading this from thepopularman.com. So it's saying like beta males typically lack assertive behavior. They get taken advantage of or don't experience the benefits that come from assertiveness or even aggression. So they said most beta males are passive or passive aggressive. They will often take insults or criticism lying down. They also said that they have a follower mentality. That's
what Ronald Savage had. That's what Ronald Savage had, a follower mentality.
This is the I'm gonna read the whole paragraph of the follower mentality.
Right.
It says beta males are usually the followers of society. They definitely not the top dogs in the social hierarchy. It probably relates to the previous point, which is the lack of assertiveness. Positions of power are typically filled by guys who don't seek them. Beta males don't aggressively seek power, so they rarely find it. Okay, cool. While alpha males typically forge their own paths and create trends, beta males are those who follow in alpha's footsteps. All right. I know. I'll just read all this too. You give an example. I know a guy who only uses his Facebook page to promote other musical artists, sports teams, and politicians. They're the alpha males. He's the beta. If you use most of your spare time to support someone else, such as promoting a sports team, religion, musical group, etc., then the odds are good that you're a beta. So it's pretty much saying, like, you know, if you want to indulge your time as a man in religion, in music groups and all of that,
right?
You know, Bambaataa, that whole movement was based around music. You know what I mean? So you see with the Ronald Savage and the other men that they were anonymous, but that spoke on it, they all wanted to fit in. They all wanted to be part of the music group. There was dancers and shit like that. They just wanted to fit in. You know what I mean? It's like that's the trait of a beta male. So pretty much it's like you have Bambaataa setting up a fucking playground. Oh, all of the kids that come over here, these is probably beta males that I could fucking take advantage of.
Exactly.
Like, get your ass out of here, man. That shit is crazy.
And I'm gonna know who is who. I'm gonna know who is who. Because you know what it is? Sometimes to read one is to understand the other. Because when you read in the alpha, you like, Nah, I thought you were saying, because you was about to say that.
Oh, yeah, so, like, some of the other characteristics, like the prototypical nice guy, you know, and it was just, like, going into them not being assertive, doesn't understand the dating game. It's talking about them, like, not being able to go in for the kill with the women, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But the next one, they say is needy.
Always in the last or whatever.
And it said the next trait was needy. They're saying beta males are often needy. Since beta males receive less attention from women and other men, which in the case of these boys are their parents. You know what I'm saying? They spoke with Ronald Savage, with his parent, his moms was sleeping with one of the crew, one of the homies pretty much, you know, so that means she don't pay him no attention. So, you know, the narrative of the black community is the black man not being in the house. So, you know, you have, you know, kids that don't grow up with that parental guidance and attention, they growing up to be needy, which is creating this beta male concept that they're talking about. And in turn, we can see that, you know, this is the potentiality for your kid to be molested on, especially if you ain't paying attention, especially if you're not paying attention to them. So it's like they saying that they become super needy and attached, sometimes even to the point of becoming controlling and paranoid. So it's like, you know, they got to stay attached to the person or whatever. And they're saying the neediness can manifest itself into the form of extreme pressure. And so it's like they're speaking it in terms of a guy and a woman, but this could easily be, you know what I mean, male on male when you're talking about some perverted shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the last one they were talking about.
Locker room and
right. The last one was weak and goofy. And it said a lot of males look weak and goofy. They lack masculine facial characteristics, and their body language projects weakness versus strength. So you just start thinking about, they had the one guy who was talking about being a dancer, you know. Not saying you weak, but you know what I'm saying? You most think of a dancer. You know what I mean? Like, well,
basically, you're a dancer, so at the very least, you're going to get tried.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So I think of it like that. Because of what you do, then you know that alpha male in that scenario is going to try you. Because that situation and concept is in jail. That's your prison.
These characteristics show that it's a basic, you know, it's basically the formula for, you know, a perfect formula for a pedophile. Yeah. To grab onto kids that exhibit this, young men that exhibit this, to know that, hey, I can do this, get away with it. They're not going to tell on anybody. They're going to form a bond with me. They're going to need me. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was reading this, when you put the alpha male tag up there, and I started looking at this and I read over this, and I'm like, you know, it just makes this whole situation seem disgusting. Like, yo, man, how could you do that, man?
And then you got KRS-One. Then you got KRS-One talking about fuck them. You see what I'm saying? When you hear that, when you hear all of that, and then you go back into the two Green Beret guys in the service and shit who the soldiers who kicked the local police ass, you understand why. That shit is embarrassing to hear somebody of that era, of that caliber, say the shit that was said. That shit was just disgusting. Straight up. That shit was just disgusting. Yeah. No other words. That shit was just disgusting. But it lets you see what it is. Yeah. Hell yeah.
You definitely lost your ranking. And it's like, I mean, it's disappointing because, again, it's like time after time you see, like, you know, celebrities, athletes, they have a chance to, like, when it comes to the black community, you know, forget U.S. affairs or world affairs. There's black community shit going on. They have a chance to really, like, speak up on it and, really, put that oomph back into people, you know what I'm saying? They always turn their back on that chance. And it's like, you see that now with, KRS-One. At the very least, you just say he turns his back on it. It could be deeper than, that because he ran with that crew. So, that could go, that hole could go deep. You know what I'm saying? But you saw it back when LeBron, when Eric Garner got choked out and LeBron had the shirt on. I Can't Breathe, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, or Hands Up, whatever it was. Whatever situation it was, I'm sorry. I think it was.
I think it was I Can't Breathe, probably.
Yeah. So, but he had the shirt
I Can't
on.
Breathe.
Either way, he had the shirt on, and they gave, the halftime they asked him about the shirt or whatever, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just." He gave a bullshit answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like saying you had to go give a speech up there, but when you talk,
just
show
keep
that you represent the people. Yeah, so that you represent the people, man. Let's stop.
That's how you build a legacy.
Staying away from that.
That's how you build a legacy. You see what I'm saying? You know why everybody looking at Kobe? Because everybody's trying to see how can I build a legacy off of just my basketball talent. Kobe wasn't out here talking low, unless I'm wrong. I don't know, because, I ain't no sports person. You know what I'm saying?
You is 100% on with that. Kobe, you will not find any political Kobe statements or anything like that. And it's like purposely, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Is there anything about Kobe that you know outside of basketball, like outside, like minus the whole raping the white chick in the ass type story?
Yeah.
Minus that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In that whole period, because he had there was period into his life. Yeah. What do you really know about Kobe?
Because we control those leagues. We control the basketball, but the thing is like we'll sit in the passenger seat all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got the keys to the car and all that. We'll hit the button and go get in the passenger seat and let somebody else determine where we go. It's like, you can easily see LeBron, who is the face of the NBA pretty much, until Curry came. But he's the face of it. And for them to make a statement, the NBA has all of these movements. NBA Cares, all of these projects that they do. You can easily see that where it's like, oh, man, these players care about, well, let's at least put some money here. Let's do this or that. Or, you know what I'm saying? At least use some sort of power that you have, you know what I mean? Instead of just for, like, selling sneakers and making somebody else rich. You know what I mean? And on the other side, too, will the people stand up for the celebrities? You know what I'm saying? If they stand
up for the celebrities. I said they do stand. You said will they?
Yeah, like like for example, and this is what I mean. You know what I'm saying? If let's say LeBron. Let's take LeBron. LeBron stands up like for the two-man rights situation. They was calling for him to not play games or whatever. So let's say LeBron did that. I'm not playing no damn games. And they say, all right, no games. You're going to get docking your pay. We suspending you. Nike dropped his contract, all of that. Will the people boycott Nike? Will the people boycott?
See, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Right.
We'll talk.
So there's no leverage.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no leverage.
So,
it's
either something to think about.
Do good by your legacy and your generation and your family to go on and pass on, or keep it real for the black community so when you stand up for them, once you come out with the new shoe, they're all going to line up and you're going to laugh at you. You're gonna laugh at you and shit, 'cause niggas like, fuck that, LeBron, I'm about to go get me these new drawers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, should have took the money, nigga. So we gotta tighten our shit up. You know what I'm saying? We woven throughout the whole sector. All we have to do is put some string in this bitch, tighten it up, and we'll be able to get our shit right. But we so spread out and loose in these different stretched out organizations that we won't get it. And a lot of the shit is because of religion and ideology. Especially, like I said, especially that whole Mormons, Hebrews, and all other stuff like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I got to come out with that Solomon joint, y'all. We'll come out with that Solomon joint, man. I'm let it be known.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, might as well.
Yo, what you think about Lil' Kim new look?
Hey,
you seen that? You seen the new picture? They was trying to roast Lil' Kim, man.
I think she look like she's trying to fix the mistake. She's trying to look a little regular.
Yeah, I was just flipping through some stories and they got the Lil' Kim up there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so I'm sitting over here and I'm trying to figure out again if black people as a whole, like, what would be the steps in which a rich person would be able to put money into a hand and then build a community?
So you saying
where would that money go?
Like a celebrity giving back, that's what you mean?
Yeah, they want to give back, but it's like, but where do it go? Who do I give it to? How do I do this? What community do I choose?
Well, I mean,
how would it work?
See, the thing is with us, we don't have institutions. So, in my opinion, I don't think we, like, if you have the power to do something, I don't think we can't think in terms of, like, money, just giving money. Like, we have to actually start getting it done until we start building an institution where it's like, then we donate here, and this black institution is going to educate the kids. You know what I mean? Or make sure the elderly is, you know, where it's done on a mass level, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, if I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm Smoke, I make $50 million a year. I want to help the black community. Let me envision a project or take these projects that people are talking about, and as the money, let me put it into motion. I can't worry about giving it to somebody. You know what I mean? You have to put it in motion yourself and use your resources to make sure that it's going to get done. Because we don't have institutions that what you going to give it to the NAACP? That's what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Rachel Doziad is going to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that us black
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. So it's like we have to take responsibility. So it's like, you know, yes, not every athlete is smart, not everyone who's making $30 million a year may want to think that, but then it's like the network around them. They might not be able to get it done themselves because of the time. They thinking about their profession, you know what I'm saying? So it has to be your network, that you build up. Because we don't have any institutions that we're going to give it to Umar. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could take the risk, but it's like, we already know, shit, we just got to start building. You know what I mean? Taking over stores. I can go buy a store, build that up, create a corporate, you know what I'm saying? And we got to just start thinking out the box, man, and taking advantage of what's going on. So, the power is with the individuals when it comes to that building, you know what I'm saying? Because who we going to give the actual money to? We just got to start making whatever projects happen.
Yeah. I think besides money, we need to start. I think what's really important, I agree with you, is not the money. I think what's really important is the networking, connecting, and working together. I think that's more important because once you do that, then it does bring that structure that you're talking about, And then that does create that atmosphere in which somebody can donate money and know that it's going to be properly used and where it's just
foremost, it changes the mentality. Because, you know, if we working together, we talking together, we spending money together, we doing projects together, then it's like you start to look at that all the time. They start to move that way all the time. You know what I'm saying? And once people start thinking like that, then, like you said, you know, they'll follow in the steps, like you said.
Yeah, because we know that we need each other. You know what I'm saying? If I sit over here now and I know I need this next black man because if his business is still running good, then my trucking service run good. Because I deliver that man's stuff with my trucking company. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing with that black man using that trucking service. And then that black man looking like, okay, yeah, I'm sending it to this black-owned grocery store. Then this black-owned grocery store now saying, yo, I need the support of the people. And the people now, guess what? They working for these same businesses and shit. So now when these kids are growing up, you're not going to sit over there now and disrespect somebody and disrespect somebody's mother and disrespect somebody's father and stuff because everybody is intertwined and intermingled within each other. But see, with us being inside this white man's economic system, which is what it is, we're in his economy, this white man's economy. And within this white man's economy is set up where you have to compete and fight like dogs in order.
We and everybody else's economy.
No, we in everybody else's economy, but I'm just saying that we solely is in the white man economy where the corporate standing part of it. You know what I'm saying? The top.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, because we ain't there yet. Well, we're gonna be working for the Chinaman and shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't get there yet.
Saying, like, but we ain't necessarily working for others, but we giving them more bread and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, you know what I mean? So we're a different part of the economy.
It's gonna change when we sitting over here in the gas station getting fucking $6 an hour and shit, talking about, damn, well, this Indian boy got me working. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, shit, y'all remember they used to say that about the white man. Whatever happened to that? They done died off?
Yeah. Because American jobs, I mean, they've been outsourcing. Outsourcing our jobs, going foreign or whatever. And you see, especially like in small towns out here, you know, in South Carolina or whatever, you know, you go to the gas stations in town and it's like, there's 5 gas stations and like 4 of them they might all be, you know what I'm saying, Arab-owned or Indian or Chinese, you know what I'm saying, in a small-ass black town, you know what I'm saying.
The black person got to work there.
The black people making the town go, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, black people making the town go and the business not even theirs. There's a difference if the business is theirs and the black people there is making the town go. But when the economic portion of your town is controlled by another race of people, but the consumer part of your town is ran by the black, you know what I'm saying, your own people, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn problem. You got to reverse that cycle. All day, every day. All day, every day. So, it's just amazing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got to remember that business is war, and we got to fight, you know what I'm saying? And we got to always think dominance. If you want to do that alpha male shit, do that shit when it comes to business. You know what I'm saying? Compete. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't do that shit on your brother. Don't try to dominate another man.
Part of the traits in there is like, being a problem solver. It's like, alpha male is a problem solver. In a company or organization, he will always be put in a challenger position. And because of this, he will be highly regarded and compensated. He will always be the best that he does. So, in that list, it gave a lot of references to business. And, just, being like that, like alpha male pretty much would correlate to that. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, but like being an alpha male over a beta male, you know what I mean? That's something crazy.
That's the stuff you stay away from. That's the stuff you watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Because you see that shit a lot in the hood. I'll say that.
What's that?
You see that shit a lot in the hood. A lot of that testing your manhood aggression, you know what I'm saying, and shit. And it's like, what the fuck do you really want to wrestle for, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas all drunk and shit. Niggas gonna put their arm around you. Yeah, my nigga, yeah. All right, nigga, I hear you. Move. Shit, what the fuck wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. We got to take all that aggression, put that shit to business, you know? Put that shit to create an economy. Put that shit to fighting against this system, man. Stop putting that shit on your next brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Damn, little boys and young men, man. Get out of here. Don't put that on them. You know what I'm saying?
Now, see, and that's my shit, because even with the whole Green Beret story, it's like this is a top local policeman who they said for 2 or 3 weeks was raping this boy. 2 fucking weeks. Excuse me. Of getting raped. Young boy. But Professor Small said that this is something in their culture. And he laughed saying this is just a boy. That same boy probably will grow up and be one of them suicide terrorist bombers and shit. And you walking around here wondering why these niggas angry.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And you know what? Too? But ain't that a community that is patrilineal? The Afghanistanians?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're male-dominant society. Their women ain't shit. They conquered their women. They conquered the people that come from where they come from. And what do they do next? After they conquer their woman, they go after the child. You know what I want to do? Go ahead, Smoke, and talk for a second. I'm about to run upstairs and grab me this book for the patrilineal versus matrilineal. I want to bring that part up again. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but while he had it to go grab whatever book he grabbing or whatever. Yeah, just pretty much is what he was saying with the alpha male. We want to stay away from having that ideal when it comes to men in the community. What sense is it to have to, dominate, one man amongst another? We need to apply that to, that domination to business, to understand that, business is war, and keep that mentality in hand. So the whole alpha and beta concept, it all goes, the topic at hand, which was the Afrika Bambaataa situation. So, it appears here when you have Afrika Bambaataa being the leader, one of the traits of being an alpha male and representing the Zulu nation and, this is the nation of music or Black Power and so forth. And the kids and the young men that were, coming there, these are young men who, by their own admittance, admission, they by their own admission are showing the traits of being, beta males. So, you can clearly see that, it's that opposite, that chant or that playground, like I was saying earlier. Yeah, so, you say you got it, though?
Yeah. Coming down the stairs now. I said, you know what, let me run back downstairs. I said, I ain't want to leave the phone on mute and then just leave you out there. All right, here we go. So they got the Indo-Aryan clan, patrilineal, created by man, nomadic, exogamous, nomadic, clan exogamy, the rape of the Sabian woman, subsistence based on raising cattle, essentially. Religion is ancestry worship. Funeral rites, cremation of the dead, whose ashes can thus be transported in urns. They're a fire cult, because you got to remember it's a caveman society.
Yeah.
The wife brings the dowry. Patrilineal filtration and succession. Patrilineal marriage. Kinship through woman, impossible. The wife abjures her domestic gods before the altar of her husband's gods, therefore loses her family name, her legal identity. The husband has the right of life and death over his wife and children. He may sell them. The children inherit from their father. A avuncular inheritance is unknown. Until the reforms of Salome, the children of two sisters had no social kinship. The wife is the property of the husband. She may be sold like an object or killed. She cannot divorce. Her own family no longer exists for her, socially speaking. Land is private property made divine by the local religion of the ancestors, the terminal gods. Individualism is the supreme virtue. Even after the clan becomes sedentary, joint ownership is sacrilege. Families may not come in contact with each other, even in afterlife. Malthusian practices. Daughters are buried alive. Excess babies, even though normal, are thrown away as garbage. Even after the clan became sedentary. Evil is introduced by the woman. Even the forbidden fruit are used to tempt Adam. Warrior mortality, women fall on the battlefield alone. So that's their shit. Their shit is it's savagery, and it's also they own the woman, they own the child. You see what I'm saying? So that's why in the story with the beret, the rapist told the two white guys, army guys, told them, he laughed and said it's only a boy. It's only a child. Like he wasn't once the child his damn self. But it's in their culture to do that. That's in their culture.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So you saw how it coincides, you know what I'm saying? With the patrilineal, the change to patrilineal society. And, you know, pretty much things that coincide with that. The mind frame. No, I was just saying the mind frame and mentality that go along with, having a patrilineal society, you know what I mean? Yeah, see, that patrilineal society, we adopt that. And that's why a lot of times, a lot of black men carry that same white man ideology when it comes to the woman. But it's funny because, again, we come from a matrilineal society, and the black woman
She don't take that, and that's why a lot of these black men and them talking about how they're gonna run to the white woman and shit like that, because you know what I'm saying, they want to be patrilineal, they want to follow patrilineal lineage. You know what I'm saying, and in my opinion, they got the right, you know what I'm saying, to do that. If that's what you want to do, cool. You know what I'm saying, but it is what it is. But it's like we're a matrilineal society. You see what I'm saying? And it's our job as a woman. She a creator. She creates us. You know what I'm saying? We're creators, and we create what reality on earth. You see what I'm saying? We the builders and the architects and shit like that. We the ones that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And I feel like we need to get back to being who we are again and building up what we got to do. There's no way in hell grown-ass men are supposed to sit here and find out people of their era, of their origin, was committing atrocities on children of that time who now are coming out as adults and then saying, fuck them. And then you got other men running around talking about, well, they should have known better. How they let that happen to them at 15. Like, at 15 years old, you're supposed to have the mind frame of a 35-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Because the example I like to use is take the homo part out and keep it hetero. Let's say it's a 16-year-old, your 16-year-old son, you know what I'm saying? No, your 16-year-old cousin or some shit like that, right? And you drop him off at his little girlfriend's house, and then you go and pick him up, and you like, yo, you smash? And he like, nah, yo, you know what I'm saying? I was nervous. You older, you may be like, shit, man, if I was your age, man, I would have went in there and been like, yeah, because you're thinking as an older age. You're not thinking as that unexperienced child who this is the first time he ever been in this position before. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when I be hearing people say that shit, I be like, yo, y'all crazy. Like, damn, y'all not showing no type of nothing and concern for the victim of this situation. It's like y'all got more concern for the perpetrator.
Yeah, it's typical the men in the community, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't give a damn about the kids, you know what I'm saying? It's like instead of giving them G, they'll diss them, you know, because they don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, put these cats on or whatever. So it's like when you hear somebody like that, you know, have a response like that, they'll be one of the people who will have a child, or maybe not necessarily theirs, or any child around them who would be prone to something happening to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would want to know who that person is who said that, because you wouldn't want your child to be around them and have your child in that person's care, because that shows that they probably don't give it, oh, you whatever age you are, you should know, blah, blah, blah. But now, as older men, we should be giving G to the young kids, to the young boys. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the women, vice versa. Should be telling these girls, little girls, like, yo, tighten up, shorty. I know what it is out here. You know what I'm saying?
And running out with scumbags, too, though. We need to start running them out. We need to start running them out. You know what I'm saying? We got goddamn...
That's definitely fun.
Notes and shit, internet ways that we can locate these guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to be more proactive and not reactionary.
Yeah, we got to be more serious because, you know, we know about pedophilia. I mean, some of the biggest stories this year, you know, was dealing with, you know, pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just like, you know, when you look at the Bambaataa situation, it strikes home. Close to home is a major story, and it affects, I'm pretty sure, dozens of other kids and men. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we definitely have to take that serious. You got the pedophilia symbols that we spoke about on, you know, earlier show. So
yeah, Hillary, Trump, and
yeah. So you know, it's almost 11. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? We need to drop a little info before. Well, it's 11 now. But.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's already 11. Shit.
I looked at it, said 10:59. I thought I could have dropped a little Twitter drink for a cutoff, but it's all good.
Yeah, that shit was already the Rizzy. So, shit, that's what it is, man. Shit, the Twitter, the Facebook, you can still drop it. I still got to post it up on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you was gonna give another comment or something. But shit, you got anything else you want to speak on? Anything like that?
No, not really.
All right, well, you know what I'm saying, for the people out there, you know what I mean, you can always hit us up on Facebook, you know what I mean, you listen to the show, drop the comments, you know what I mean, your criticisms or your counterpoints or whatever. So, you know, the Facebook is /nblack.america. The Twitter is @nblackAmerica, the number 7. You can always email us at nblackAmericainfo@gmail.com.
Yep. Go to YouTube, subscribe, follow us in Black America Radio. Yeah, drop some comments, drop questions on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Ladies, I can drop some questions, you know what I'm saying? You might want a question and a man's point of view, you know what I'm saying? Things of this nature. So, yeah. So that's what it is, yo. So, shit, yo. We out. Peace.
Put some respect on it.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Yesterday, Cliff Sora shared a top 10 list of hot fusion restaurants, a vegan gluten-free mashup recipe, and a podcast featuring organic food trends. Oh, TMI? Too much internet information. That's oversharing. Cliff, Geico has something worth sharing with your friends. Like how on Geico.com you could save hundreds on your car insurance, update your policy, and report a claim. Gluten-free info that's easy to swallow. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.